Welcome back to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac from Roby Electric, along with Trent Haston from the Roby family of companies. We are your host. That's Trent's best firework. Trent, I heard... If anybody listened to WBT during the week, I heard some commercials.
Yeah, I made a couple.
That you were on. I heard
nothing like a good firework, you know. And can you keep Christian out of the studio? She's coming in here giving us a hard time. I hope you learned something on the first segment, but she said we're full of hot air.
It's probably not the first time we've been told that by the first person that has told us that. But no, it is the kickoff of the summer. Memorial Day is the kickoff of summer. It's an unofficial kickoff, unofficial start of summer. But we want to talk about what's more important about Memorial Day, and that's, of course, the veterans and those that laid down their lives for the freedoms that we enjoy. So, of course, it's a great time with family and cookouts and fireworks shows and lakes and mountains and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about the veterans, right?
It is about the veterans.
Let's not lose sight of that.
And about our freedom.
Right.
And that we enjoy so much. We're able to be entrepreneurs. We're able to run businesses, service businesses. We're able to employ folks, and they're able to support their family, and we work as a family together like the Roby family. So what are some things electrically that the kickoff to summer, I mean, people should be looking at for summer? Some tips to around the yard or in the house or whatever.
Trent, I don't know anything about it. That's why we have Jacob here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got the expert in the house.
Right.
So, Jacob, we've talked a little bit, about pool bonding.
You just busted my eardrum, Patrick. Thank you.
And your fireworks sound got mine. Okay. So now we're even. Let's talk about some safety measures people should take as they start to get outside and start to utilize outdoor pools, hot tubs, things like that. What are you seeing out there in the field, sir?
I just want to make sure that the pools are bonded good. Grounded properly. If they're not, that's going to be a recipe for disaster.
And that's something.
So it might be nice to have a little safety check done of it. Come by, take a look. Won't take long. Another thing is, start of summer, mowing grass, weed eating, all that good stuff. Extension cord usage. Make sure your extension cords are good, not frayed. Make sure that ground plug's in there.
So does an extension cord withstand the lawnmower if you run over it?
That depends on how big of an extension cord you
Man,
bought.
haven't you ever accidentally ran over a snake with a lawnmower? It doesn't go well.
No, I've never ran over a snake with a lawnmower.
It doesn't go well.
You actually get some pretty good distance.
Yeah, you've done it too. Like a little gardener or something, it doesn't bode well. But no, he's right. Especially if I have a friend that said, "Daggum it, my GFIs keep tripping," and he started using some exterior lighting. I was like, it's not your GFI. Why don't you check your extension cord? And sure enough, something had hit the extension cord over the break. And here, that's a free tip. We were about to bring somebody out there to fix it for him, and all I needed to do was replace the cord.
Yeah.
So how many people use extension cords for their exterior lighting?
There's a lot of, you got the sort of like I think the new thing is like the bistro lighting people are using to kind of flow in.
Yeah, they run that little string lighting around
that's
on posts.
fancy. Yeah,
it does look pretty nice sometimes, but extension cords are made for temporary usage.
That's what I thought.
You're not supposed. You really don't want to.
Some people
kind of leave them out in the rain and all of that. That could cause issues there too. Just like
you're supposed to check your smoke detector batteries, every time the seasons change and nobody ever does. So we can put those warnings out there, and if you didn't change your smoke detector batteries when last daylight savings occurred, go do it now. That's a takeaway from the Roby at home with Roby. But things happen. He's right. Keep an eye on that stuff. It's also a time where we're spending more time outside, and landscape lighting becomes pretty cool.
That's what I was going to talk about. Landscape lighting, I think it's one of the best bang for your bucks on a home for what
Agreed.
You get for it aesthetically. Really.
It's a quick way for easy curb appeal. It's so funny. We have landscape lighting at my house, and it's kind of...
Of course.
Well, you would expect that, right? So you come over, and I'm so used to it now that if it doesn't work, I come home and I'm like, what is wrong? I need to get home at night, at dark, and just makes such a difference. It's not super expensive, considering, and you're right, it just adds a humongous amount of curb appeal. And let's think about this too, especially trying to sell your house, right? People are driving through.
Yeah, you got to have them come over at night to look at your home,
take a peek. It really stands out, makes a big difference, and And guys like Jacob are experts at this stuff, and really has simplified the process.
Well, what gets me is it's also a safety feature. I mean,
oh yeah,
especially
not to mention
when women are coming home. I mean, you have 10 houses and 5 are lit up and 5 aren't. Where's the bad guy going? To wait on its victim or break into a house or something. But I mean, I also think it's just pretty economical for what you get. I mean, you can do 4 or 5 accent lights, and you don't need to overdo it. I mean, you can just like anything else, you can take it as far as you want. Jacob, what are some of the tricks you see? Some of your favorite landscape lighting aspects that you like to see people use?
I like to see when they shoot the lights up at the top of their doorway, especially if they have the big arches.
Oh yeah,
it really creates a great shadow line.
Yep,
and really sets off the doorways. And trees, especially if you got those nice. Like Japanese maples.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Little ornamental type of trees. Landscape, uplighting those things makes them look really good, too.
I do have to say, Reagan and I went down to Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and one of my friends down there had over a group of people for a barbecue, had a wonderful outdoor area, had swimming pool, had bocce ball court, had a tennis court. I mean, just gorgeous. And it was in the evening. They had a mariachi band. And I promise, and I'm a partner in Roby Electric. I'm Andrew Roby. And the one thing that we kept talking about, he had these humongously tall trees and had lights up in them. I'm talking, these lights were like 150 feet up in the air.
Wow.
It was the highest residential landscape lighting I had ever seen. And he probably had 6 or 7 of them. And he caught us talking about Ted, the fellow whose house it was. My wife and I were talking about those lights and just talking about how cool. And it was 6 lights. Now, he did have to have a tree climber to go up and put these lights up, and he was joking about when the lights burn out. But I guess now you can use LED that lasts a lot longer and lasts for years. But it was really cool. It was very impressive, and it's something somebody never thinks about. I mean, you would never say, I want to put a light 150 feet up in the tree facing up.
Right, light up that canopy.
Light up the canopy. That's exactly
right.
what it did. But it was shockingly beautiful. And, I mean, you get a little more expensive if you have to have a tree climber climb 150 feet 5 times and wire a light up 5 or 6 times. But really cool thing that, frankly, I seen it all and had never really thought of it or seen that. Right. So, I don't know. I mean, I also see, I mean, you talked a little bit about swimming pools now are using a lot more lighting than they used to. The old swimming pool that I grew up with at my buddy's house, it's set on top of the ground. And it was plastic, and sometimes the side would bust out. No, I'm kidding. But it had one light at the end of the pool, and that was the pool light. And now, man, these pools are lit up, and they have colored LEDs and all that. They're blue, and they change colors. They go to yellow.
You can sync them to your radio, so when the beat hits, they'll change color.
Is that pretty easy to do?
It's not that hard.
Okay.
For him. Folks, call us if you want your lights to beat with your music. We will take care of it.
Just take a note. I just got a crooked eye.
From Jacob or from me?
From both of you. I got a crooked sandwich.
It's easy.
I got a crooked sandwich.
Anybody can do it. But this is also cool in a commercial setting too. You talk about landscape lighting trend. If you're a neighborhood or a HOA, I mean, we did Trilogy at Lake Norman, Trilogy in Denver, and we did this huge, massive. We did the plan. We actually produced the plan with a partner of ours and created. I mean, they had an idea and a thought process of what they wanted, and I'll tell you, see that thing at night, it's unbelievable. I mean, you kind of ride around this curved area, and it's this wall of light, and the entire canopy's lit up, and it really makes a huge difference.
It does. It does. It really sets off your house or your community.
Yeah,
for that matter.
So landscape lighting has very valuable attributes, both commercially and residentially. Has safety features for both. I think you get great bang for your buck on this deal. So, Jacob, we've got about 30 seconds left. I want to thank you for coming on the show. I want to thank you for your support. And thank you for your service, not only to our country, but to the Roby family of companies.
Yeah, I'd like to thank y'all for letting me be here. It was fun.
Well, enjoy your Memorial Day, sir, and safety first.
Exactly, safety first.
The Waddle Wocket sometimes get out of control. We will be right back.